incredible day today that wore me out. I'm tired of shit. And yeah, but thank you all for coming out today. This was just so memorable. It meant so much to me. And I should thank my wife, Anya, also, who's a real soldier. She came down despite being 9 months pregnant. And I don't normally divulge personal info like that, but I just didn't want anyone to think I had a fat wife. I don't think she wants anyone to think that either. And it's going to be a boy. Yes, the Blumenthal line continues. I already have a boy. And it's very tough to name a boy, especially when your last name is Blumenthal. And I was trying to find names that worked with Blumenthal. Like my name was Max Stone. It's so much easier. But I was like, how about a name that rhymes with Blumenthal? Like, what is a name that rhymes with Orenthal? How about give him a second name, like Orenthal James Blumenthal? That sounds kind of cool. O.J. Blumenthal. Yeah, that's cool. Meet the first star NFL running back that also owns the franchise. And because it's a boy, and because I'm Jewish, we have to make the tough decision on whether to snippy. And, on the one hand, it's a tradition, and most dicks are unhooded. On the other hand, it's genital mutilation. And, I'm like, we're going to do just the normal thing in the hospital, we're not doing mitzitza b'peh. You all know what mitzitza b'peh is, right? No, most of you don't. It's practiced by a very small number of ultra-Orthodox Jews in extreme sects, and after the circumcision, the rabbi gets the blood out orally. And for explaining to you what that is, I can be prosecuted in Germany for a hate crime. We're not going to be doing that. But I don't know, what is it really for? I kind of realized the reason that we do circumcision is to inhibit gooning. That's really the reason. You don't know what gooning is, right? You don't know what gooning is. Well, you should turn to there's a video, if you search for it on Twitter X, by the great cultural institution and scholar Norman Finkelstein, explaining what gooning is. And Norman, this is what he actually said. It's real. He said, there is a phenomenon out there in which young, idling men fixate on pornography for 24 to 48 hours and masturbate. And I refuse to be browbeaten by the gooners, the fascist gooners, who masturbate for 24 to 48 hours at a time. If you have any humanity in you, you will bust a nut in 5 minutes or less and return to my book-length destruction of Allen Dershowitz. You aren't clapping. Are you one of the gooners? The fascists? We got a gooner. He's a gooner! We got a gooner over here! There's a crackdown going on against gooning, and in several states in the United States, including Virginia, access to Pornhub is being blocked. Which is fine with me because I get off on footage of Iranian ballistic missiles rocking Tel Aviv. My family and I went to Iran in May, a month before the war. We were just there, brought our daughter. It was the greatest trip ever, best country, best people in many ways, much more normal society than ours. And when I came back, of course, I was ready for questioning by Customs and Border Protection. I come in, the officer says, where were you? I said, Iran. He said, what were you doing there? I said, I was exploring affordable sex change options. For those of you who don't know, Iran has the best gender-affirming care in the world. Basically, you're not allowed to just be like a gay man having like a pride parade, but if you choose to change genders, the state will actually pay for that. And in the United States, it's like the flip side of that. It's like the exact opposite. Donald Trump has issued an executive order declaring that there are only two genders: women and fellow Epstein associates. Whoa, like Epstein things came out of nowhere. Like, we knew about the friendship between Trump and Epstein for years. It was well documented, spanned back decades. And now Trump's mystique is gone, and it feels like the scandal came out of nowhere. But one person actually probably did see Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein coming, Virginia Giuffre. We got some gooners over here, and I like that. And now she's with Jeffrey Epstein, unless he's in Tel Aviv. Did you all hear about this Israeli cyber spy, pedo guy, Tom Alexandrovich? And he came to Las Vegas for a cybersecurity conference and got wrapped up in a federal dragnet targeting child sex predators. He was trying to have sex with a alleged 15-year-old, and then he was absconded from the country. The Trump administration just got him out of there. They're tackling Venezuelan door dashers in DC, but they're getting the Israeli pedo spies out of there. And you know, what really shocked me about this whole scandal was that an Israeli official actually managed to find a non-Jewish child he didn't want to kill. Michael Tracy would hate this whole bit. In fact, a 15-year-old is not a child. Indeed, when there's grass on the field, it is time to play ball. I love Michael. I wish he was here. He's a friend of mine, regardless. Jeffrey Epstein surfaces. The Republicans flee Washington, D.C. The congressional Republicans flee Washington, D.C. And then the military moves in. Another, like a major stunt. Trump is totally transforming D.C. He's defunding the Smithsonian because it's all DEI. He's defunding the African American History Museum because what did the blacks ever contribute to American culture? I mean, they stole everything from Elvis and Pat Boone. Bam boom. That was ours. This is cultural appropriation. And in Florida, actually, they're banning books. They are replacing gay author Oscar Wilde's classic Portrait of Dorian Gray with an AI face filter of Laura Loomer. Every time I look at Laura Loomer, I wonder, like, why does Alice Cooper hate the Palestinians so much? For those who just wandered off the street and have no idea who I am, or why anybody's laughing right now, I am an anti-Zionist Jew. Yeah. Any anti-Zionist Jews here? Where's Katie Halper? My path to anti-Zionism came through the Birthright Israel trip, which is like a free trip any American Jew gets to go on between age 18 and 24, I think 25. And I went on it, and my trip was especially interactive. Everybody got to direct a drone bombing of a refugee camp. And the outdoorsy types got to burn an olive grove, so it's diverse as well. And for years, being an anti-Zionist Jew was like being a gay person in the 80s, and like no one wanted to sit next to you because they thought you'd give them AIDS or something. Like, we were complete pariahs. Then October 7th happens, Israel's genocidal response, and that was like antiretrovirals for our movement. Like, suddenly everybody's picking up on what we've been putting down for decades. And yes, last week my realtor asked me how she could smuggle dual-use rocket parts into Gaza. It was amazing. So encouraging to see this kind of progress. And I told her, lady, the people of Gaza, that is not what they need right now. They need better armor-piercing rounds for anti-tank missiles. They need night goggles. They need mobile anti-aircraft systems. That is what they need. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm going to get tackled by ICE coming out of here. So the UN has declared a famine in Gaza. Israel's deliberately starving the people of Gaza as part of their genocide. They are killing every journalist documenting this, including the heroic Anas al-Sharif and so many others, and preventing foreign journalists from entering. And the only way to get food in is, have you seen these aid airdrops where they send food in parachutes and it lands on people's homes, often kills them? Like, what do we do? So I came up with an idea. We take the most well-known CNN personalities, Wolf Blitzer, Anderson Cooper, Jake Tapper, Clarissa Ward, the lady that sniffed the backpack, remember her? And we take them on one of these flights, and we airdrop them into Gaza. And if they make it to the ground, they will be forced to see the genocide that they helped celebrate and tell the world about it. And if their parachutes don't open, it will be an even bigger service to humanity. So the bottom has dropped out of support for Israel. There's just no support within the Democratic Party anymore. It's done. I mean, anti-zionist comedy is a thing now. And at the same time, it feels like we're powerless to stop it. Like, it feels like we're under some kind of political occupation. It really seems like if aliens came back to Earth, or came to Earth, and they wanted to know who is in power, they would see that the people who are in power, the leaders of the most powerful country on this planet, have to go thousands of miles away to another country and stand with small hats on their head in front of an old wall with their eyes closed for several minutes in order to be allowed to serve in power. And for those who, that went over your heads, it's the country that's won every U.S. presidential election since 1950. Israel. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel! Fuck those motherfuckers. Y'all ready for Jimmy Dore? Hey, thank you. Y'all have been awesome. I love you.